Kash said this. He was asked, are you investigating the other people in the 20 people in Discord? And he says, it's a lot more than that. It's a lot more than that.
Oh, yeah.
So these people who posted online, these are the weak links. Because if you've got a Discord with a couple hundred people in it, and someone says they're going to go harm Charlie Kirk, keep your mouth shut, the giddy losers went, ooh, I have to tell somebody, I have to tell people, because I get to know. But everybody knows. You got to, that is the weak link, right? Like, for instance, if someone were to have given pre-release Magic the Gathering cards to Tim Pool, and I came out and started posting pictures of them, then people could get in trouble. So nothing like that has ever happened.
Yeah, that would be a big mistake if something like that would ever happen.
I know. You can't give Magic the Gathering cards to someone before their release date.
No, you can't. You can't do anything like that.
But I'm only joking because Spider-Man's coming out soon. I have no foreknowledge of Spider-Man.
Snap. That's gonna be
cool.
cool.
They're doing the Spider-Man stuff. But that's the point, right? If you were to get something in advance, there are people who want everyone to know that they're special.
Yep.
And these 7 people who released that, they couldn't stand that they knew and other people didn't know they knew, so they had to say it.
Very common with music journalists.
Oh, yeah.
Back when you used to give them the record to review, they'd be like, oh, I got it. And they'd talk to their friends and give people copies.
They want to brag about how they got it.
You said something kind of simply, Phil, that if this is even real, and because I'm still in like shock from the passport of the terrorist hijacker of 9/11 that they found on the ground. I'm putting it in air quotes because this was the official story. They found the hijacker's passport, which is evidence that he was the one that blew up the building nearby. What the hell? Like, so now they have some text communication and they're like, here, look, read this text.
24 years later, you're still wowed by that?
Yeah, I'm still burned. Like, I just don't trust the government. I don't trust the media.
Well, I mean, there's plenty of reason to not trust the government. But as for, this particular stuff, the evidence seems to point to that there were a lot of people that knew about this.
Let's jump to this story from The Independent. Man, 71, told cops he shot Charlie Kirk in order to give the real shooter time to escape, documents say. Now, here's what's interesting. This guy, George Zinn, the man who falsely told police he shot Kirk, has now been charged with possessing child porn. Okay. This was not a lone actor. I don't believe it for a second. Why would this guy have, at 71, just with all due respect to elderly, but just of himself, standing there as an old man, know that he needed to grant someone time to escape? This was actually the theory as soon as it happened, and they realized he wasn't the shooter. People were like, why would he do that? Well, we brought it up on the show. It distracted police who jumped at him, and then the shooter on the roof ran. Had he not done that, they may have looked around and tried and figured out where the shooter was. Instead, they went and grabbed him instead. He successfully distracted him. Now, just in all honesty, how did he have the quick wit, as soon as the shot happened, to do that?
Maybe he's like a broken... Well, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and say maybe he's a broken psychopath with child porn on his phone. And he was just wanting it so bad. Yeah, maybe.
It's a possibility.
And it was like he heard the noise and immediately was like, ah! And like he's like, this is my mission.
I just like you can randomly grab a leftist out of a crowd and they're a pedophile.
It's magic, man. Kyle Rittenhouse proved it.
Yeah.
I think there is a decent probability, though I'm not saying it's guaranteed or greater than chance, that the evidence shows there are more. Look, fact. People had foreknowledge. I don't think you look at 7 posts online from these trans or trans-linked individuals saying something's going to happen and be like, that's a coincidence. Nah, that's too much for me. Sorry. How many times did the Powerball get missed until someone won the $1.8 billion? Every there's 2 drawings per week, and it took months. So it is astronomical odds to have 7 people predict, even the day of, saying something big's going to happen. You'll know it when you see it, and then after it happens, say that's that.
Yeah, I mean, look, the good news is there are more people that they can wrap up and put in jail. If these people are a danger and they knew, or if they knew and they didn't say anything, they're a danger to society as well. So have the FBI wrap them up, charge them with terrorism, charge them with accessory, throw them in jail forever.
I think considering what we find out about this guy and his proclivities, seems to be that there's probably an overlap with him and these other people on these Discord servers.
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking how many people that identify as transgender have has seen pornography under the age of 10 when they were under the age of 10. Like, how many kids were warped by pornography as young children that
Super
now
don't care. They're still advocating murder. They go to
No,
jail.
yeah, but that's the cross between a guy with child pornography and people that have seen porn when they were little kids. You know, there's this weird sexual perversion.
All in jail. Right to jail. I don't care about any of this.
I mean, if they're-
I don't care about any of like when they saw what or whatever. Put them in jail, and that's all that I need to know. I don't care about the backstory.
Well,
Like,
and if they're tweeting like veiled threats, that indicates they have nothing to lose anyway. And that's kind of the problem: is you take these psychopaths that have nothing to lose, and that's how you end up with this situation. So it's like I'm with Phil. Just let's knock on their doors and figure out what's going on.
Not to mention this guy in particular. I remember I went to University of Utah in like 2013 when I was going to school there. He called in a threat to, I think he called in or sent in a threat to the Salt Lake Tribune saying he was going to blow up the Salt Lake Marathon right after the Boston Marathon happened. So he has a proclivity to do this in the first place, whenever chance he can get to be in like this kind of.
And he was 59 years old when that happened.
Yeah. Totally nuts. So.
Mental asylums, man. Jeez.
Yeah.
I think there are more people that are involved. I think I don't trust the messages they put out are complete. They say it's complete, but I don't trust it because there's ellipses in it, and it's perfect. It's perfect grammar, so it's clearly transposed. And I think everyone probably understands there is security clearance for a reason. They're never going to release literally everything, especially if it could jeopardize their criminal prosecution of the individuals. That being said, the New York Times reporting he acted alone. I find that hard to believe. And Kash has said that they're investigating way more people. Lots more than 20 is what he said. So it sounds like even Kash has said publicly at this hearing, yeah, more people are likely involved in this. So, the media trying to downplay it is very strange to me.
It's so weird because if you're in a Discord chat, and I was trying to think of the perspectives of these people, and some rando is like, I'm going to go commit crime. And you're like, I don't. Ignore it. Like, if I got a random Twitter message from some anonymous account that says they're going to go commit a crime, I wouldn't even pay a mind to it. I wouldn't think to send it to the FBI. And then if the crime happens, I'm like, what the? But if a friend of mine texts me they're going to commit a crime, right to the FBI. Just so you know, friends out there, don't commit crimes and tell me you're going to do it. So I don't. All these people that happen to be in the same room with the guy that maybe saw a text. It sucks that they're going to get a knock on the door, but that may be just for the sake of the integrity of the mission. They may. It's worth checking out and having a conversation. I don't know.
what mission?
Of finding out, getting to the bottom of if there's a conspiracy.
So there's likely a conspiracy if there's more than 20 people.
More than one person.
I think the government is going to struggle to put together a way to go after people such that it satisfies conservatives or right-wingers that they're going after the left enough. So I think the administration is struggling to find a way to not let this so-called political crisis go to waste, for them to have something effective to do. But what are they going to do? You have the Attorney General Pam Bondi saying she from one moment in an interview earlier that like she's going to go after hate speech, but like I don't think that's the direction of Charlie Kirk that Charlie Kirk would have wanted this to go in. Like he was famously a free speech type guy. So like the administration is struggling. Like what if this Robinson guy didn't isolated and didn't implicate any of his friends to a degree that could get them arrested or anything? What does that leave for people to want to do in the government?
Well, that's a Rahm Emanuel quote. He was Obama's chief of staff. Don't ever let a good tragedy go to waste. I'm paraphrasing. You can get people to do things that they would otherwise not do. And then Pam Bondi comes out and says, if you use hate speech, we're going to target you, and then walks it back on Axios the next day. Trump, when asked about it, says, maybe she'll go after you next, to the reporter, because you've said some unkind things to me. Like, yeah, this is a nasty opportunity for a government to completely trash their constitution and establish martial law. So the populace, fortunately, were intelligent enough to see it coming.
I can't imagine how martial law would come from this.
Well, it starts with the repeal of free speech and then just knock the dominoes down.
You think that the president is going to institute martial law nationwide, and you think that the National Guard of the multiple states are going to comply?
No, I don't think it's going to happen.
Okay.
But guys, what do we want the government to do about this?
I want the government to start investigating every single Antifa Reddit account. There's Reddit pages that are dedicated to anti-fascists. Anyone that's involved in any of the Antifa attacks, the Antifa attack on the ICE facility, the specific attacks against the Border Patrol guys a couple months back. I want all those people investigated, all of the people that connected with them. I want anyone that's involved with the trans community in Utah investigated, or people that were in those discords. I want them investigated, and I want all the people that have committed crimes. I want them all arrested, and I want them all put in jail.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.